In reflexive awareness, the man's not only sees itself, but also locates itself. Thus, positioning emerges. Recognizing one's own position opens a perspective from which phenomena acquire meaning. Perspective marks a horizon, the boundary of what can be seen and taught. The widening of this horizon is expansion. Within an expanding space, orientation is required, so the thinking does not lose its way. Orientation is made possible through coordinates. They provide points of reference. Through reference, measurement becomes possible. The result of measurement is insight into relativity. Everything is understandable only in relation to something else. Relativity does not imply uncertainty, but contextuality. The totality of context forms a larger frame, a framework, within which thoughts move. Within this frame, modulation appears. The system becomes capable of tuning itself. From tuning arises harmony. Elements do not collide, but resonate together. This shared resonance is resonance itself. Resonance allows one system to affect another. This is interface. From the patterns of interference emerges a fine network that is no longer merely a sequence of scientific terms, but the living fabric of thinking itself. And here, the man's reaches a particular point. It no longer seeks new words, but meaning behind words. The self is not a part of life, but the minimal space of life itself. Its membrane is boundary and gateway at once. Inside lies the cytoplasm, where molecules encounter one another. Outside lies the interstitial space, from which signals arrive. The cell is not passive. Continuous transport, metabolism, and signal transmission take place. Receptors in the membrane perceive. Internal networks respond. In scientific terms, the cell is a self-regulating information processing system. Within the cell lies the nucleus, a genetic archive and control center. Mitochondria are centers of energy flow through ATP synthesis. The endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus organize the pathway of proteins. Lysosomes break down and recycle. This is not static storage, but dynamic logistics. When many similarly functioning cells work together, tissue emergence. Here, specialization begins, form and function interlock. Epithelial tissue separates and absorbs. Muscle tissue contracts and generates force. Nervous tissue conducts signals and integrates. Connective and supportive tissue binds, protects, and stores. Tissue is the space of shared rhythm and the coherent cooperation of cells. Tissues organize into functional units, organs. Here, different tissues work toward a common purpose. The heart pumps, and the lungs perform gas exchange through billions of alveoli. The liver acts as a chemical laboratory and reservoir. The kidneys filter and reabsorb through their nephrons. Each organ is the precise coordination of multiple tissue with regulated flows of matter and information. The cooperation of organs forms organ systems: circulatory, respiratory, digestive, nervous, endocrine. Here, two major regulatory pathways appear: fast neuronal signaling and slower but sustained hormonal modulation. In this way, the body maintains homeostasis, dynamic balance, within a changing environment. The story always begins at the same point, with a living boundary. The cell membrane is not a wall, but an intelligent surface, where matter, energy, and information are exchanged in a regulated way. The same pattern appears at larger scales. Earth's atmosphere is a living boundary between surface and outer space. Radiation, gases, and particles circulate. At an even larger scale, the magnetic fields and the gas structures of the Milky Way both separate and connect cosmic regions. In the cell, the mitochondrial proton gradient produces ATP, ordered energy from directed processes. On the planet, solar radiation generates thermal and chemical gradients in atmosphere and oceans. Winds, currents, and photosynthesis arise. In the galaxy, stars ignite when gravitation compression transforms into radiative energy. Three skulls. The same principle. Gradient, flow, work. When cells cooperate, tissue emerges. On Earth, this cooperative tissue is the biosphere, forests, plankton communities, soil microbes, linked in coupled metabolism. In the galaxy, interstellar clouds and star clusters form functional units with circulating matter. From tissues, organs emerge. In the body, they pump, exchange, transform, and filter. On the planet, oceans transport heat and matter. Forests regulate gases. Soils guide chemical transformations. Ice caps reflect radiation and stabilize. In the galaxy, stars produce elements. Supernova distribute them, and gravity organizes new systems. Cooperation maintains balance. In the body, this is called homeostasis. On Earth, climate system, carbon and water cycle, and biological feedbacks operate. In the galaxy, rates of star information and decay, gas return and condensation regulate long-term stability. Everywhere, feedback is at work. When one parameter changes, the system responds. Let us now follow a single patch without interruption. Oxygen enters the alveoli of the lungs, passes into the blood, reaches the cell, and becomes ATP within the mitochondrion. ATP drives ion pumps, enabling neuronal signals. These signals modify heart, rhythm, and breathing. The same pattern at the planetary scale. Sunlight strikes leaves, photosynthesis begins, oxygen is released, metabolism accelerates, the atmosphere subtly changes, temperature and circulation respond. At the galactic scale, gravity compresses matter, stars ignite, elements are formed, distributed, and new systems take shape. Cell, planet, and galaxy display the same functional pattern across different scales. Boundary, gradient, flow, cooperation, function, regulation, feedback, balance. The science of function is not metaphor, but a recurring organization principle. what occurs at the membrane on the micrometer scale occurs in the atmosphere over kilometers and in interstellar space across light years. The living pattern changes scale, but the law remains.